What's up, Horde? Back with another Curse Breakdown. And today we have another band from Ohio, Obsidian Mind. Well, Ohio, Jason, whatever.
Hey.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
What's that?
I said, how you guys doing? You guys doing good?
Doing all right, man. We just finished up practice not too long ago, and here we are. We appreciate you spending the time with us.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys coming.
Absolutely.
I get these questions here, and no, that's not it. Where is it? All right, here we go. So, essentially, usually the first question I ask all the bands, all the interviews we do, is just have you guys explain who you guys are in your own words.
Okay, sure. So we are Obsidian Mind. We're from Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. We've been around since roughly 2018, 2019. We were under a different name for a little while. Sound change, etc. Became who we are now. We are a modern metalcore band that plays. Really, we just write cool things that we really like and then just release it, and people tend to dig it sometimes. It's basically what we're doing.
It's a pretty good blend of like metalcore, some deathcore influences.
Yep.
And we all have different influences, so a good variety of sounds that we try to create.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate the I talk about this on everybody. Like, there used to be a big sticking point of like, keep your metalcore out of my deathcore, keep your deathcore out of my metalcore, that sort of thing. There's a solid blend of like metalcore vocalists figured out how to do like really low lows, and you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just starting to super crossover, and like I appreciate it because I love both things. You know what I'm saying. So, but it used to fall in like, you know, there's musicians sometimes fall on two sides of a weird fence. So, but okay, so oh shit. Falling apart over here. So you guys kind of told your band history and stuff or whatever. What are your influences since you mentioned those?
Jake, we want to start with that one?
Yeah, it's looking online.
What did he
Tell your double feel.
Just
main few.
big influences. I mean, Underoath, definitely growing up.
Shout out Underoath.
But I think Pantera was probably the first metal band that I was really introduced to, and I heard Cowboys from Hell. My brother's buddies, they were in a band, and my dad let them practice in the basement, and they would fucking, just jam out. They actually were a band called Hanging Madison from this area back in the day. But I remember I was really fucking young. They were having band practice, and the vocalist Ben at the time gave me the microphone, and they were just doing Cowboys from Hell, and I was fucking 13, just having the time of my life, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. So, I'm 30 years old now, and I've been doing it ever since, man. So
It's life-changing, brother. It's life-changing. Listen, I was just talking to somebody about Pantera the other day, and I said, like, if you go back and listen to, like, Far Beyond Driven, like, the same sound that, like, Kubla Khan has, where it just sounds like they're fucking shoveling gravel, like, Pantera had that back in the 90s. It's just like, God damn it, it's so crazy. It's such a crazy sound that was, like, life-changing for a lot of people, dude. Like, I remember hearing, like, I liked Vulgar Display Power a lot, but, like, Far Beyond Driven and then the Great Southern Trend Trail, like, changed my whole musical perspective on a lot of things.
right.
So,
Yeah, and then we've got other influences as well. Like for example, I like to think that every single one of us have drastic different influences.
Which
So,
I
like,
think
for
brings the
example,
best
Steve here, our guitarist, he has actually some pretty cool bands too.
I mean, my musical taste has kind of changed, like my influences over the years. When I first met Jacob back in 2018, 2019, around that area, like the music, like, it was completely different than now. Like, back then it was like Kill Switch Engage, Day to Remember, Lamb of God, shit like that. The modern metalcore stuff, like Era, In the Anime, Silent Planet, I didn't really dig it at the time. So, but just being around Jacob, who kind of liked that stuff, and just hearing like his riffs and his technicality, like, kind of just got into me and like being more influential that way. But for now, yeah, like Era, Spirit Box for sure, and then Animate. Those probably my top three for right now.
Those are bangers.
But it always changes. Sometimes, I mean, you'll fucking catch me listening to Toby Keith or Sugar Ray or whatever. sometimes metal, metal has a time and place, and it's, not all the time for me.
Yeah, I will say that since we've been together, we've all influenced each other in some way, which is definitely a cool thing.
Yeah.
It allows us to write together in a better way too. We're like more open-minded, but we work together better over time. It's awesome. Every song release is different.
Right. Well, that's the next question I have is essentially what I always like to hear about bands' writing processes because sometimes it's different. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just like, there's very like structured ways, and then sometimes it's just very free flow. Like, what is your guys' process?
So it's actually interesting. So we all collab when it comes to the songs to kind of make them the way that they end up being at the final part of it. Usually I'm the one that starts it. It's usually me. So I'll sit down or I'll have an idea while I'm at work or at the gym or whatever, and I have something brewing in my head, and then I'll come in. Or we have a practice once or twice a week, and I'll come in and I'll just lay something down, and sometimes we'll have a song done in like 3 or 4 hours, like instrumentally. I mean,
Right.
So and but what'll happen is that I'll have like the backbone of it. I'll have it basically thrown in there, and then everybody kind of comes together and be like, all right, this would be cool. This would be better this way. Let's spice up this breakdown. And then eventually, after a couple of weeks, it's about like right where it would be usually. So it's a group effort.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. That's it's good that like everybody has kind of a creative. Feels like they have a creative voice, and like you guys all feel like it's an amalgamation of like this is us, not just like oh like it's him and like we join in type thing.
Yeah, right.
Correct. Yeah, it's just sometimes I feel like some people just have these ideas spark a little faster, and then some people will hear what that spark is, and then that's when theirs will light, and then that's when it completely either changes it completely and it became 10 times better, or somehow you just spice it up just enough to where it feels perfect.
Right.
So.
No, I agree. There are certain people like myself, like just working in music, people doing when I was doing tour management stuff now and vocals, like I can't come up with riffs. But if you play a riff for me, I can tell you how I could like it would sound better this way or that way, or like you know what I'm saying? Like because I don't play the instruments, but I can definitely like hear good music, you know what I'm saying? So like that's my input of like, listen, do this, and then you know, to try to help. So I get it. That's pretty cool. So what's your current situation going on? Like current releases, anything, what's going on? What do you got coming up? That sort of thing?
Yeah, we the last two we released, Lingering and Immolate, they're like part of a series and the connecting story. And in the next one, they're all going to be a part of our upcoming. We're actually determining EP or full length.
We haven't decided yet.
No, wait.
We're like on the borderline of EP. We have extra songs we can make it a full length, but the timing is really a big key factor in that. We're going to release a lot of them as singles, but our next one we're going to release is called Mirage.
Yeah.
Actually, the name may not be final on that.
Yes.
But
that's what, whenever we write songs, we name it something, and then it'll change completely later. So,
it's the end, like, why'd we name it that?
Years later, we still reference the old name we used to call it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
A lot of bands do that. Years later, they're still calling it the practice name. People are like, I've never heard of that song.
Yeah.
That's what we called it originally.
One of our songs coming up is going to be sort of like an intro track. It's just called Bow Bow. There's a lot of bow, 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 bow.
There's a lot of bounces in it.
It's called Bow Bow right now.
There you go. There you go.
Bow, bow.
That's out.
That's awesome. Let's go. I appreciate too that like you guys have I like music that like goes together, like has a story and like a concept and like is very well thought out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like a crazy. I love Sleep Token. I don't get into like I don't let myself get drawn into the craziness with that because I have friends that do. But like I do love the fact that it's like a very well put together story and concept and like all that sort of thing. So like when bands do, I'm like, that's awesome. Like to put that much thought into your art as a person who does art for a living, like fucking I dig it. So
yeah,
we're doing something similar with this with the graphic design clothing line company that I have. That we're doing something similar with that. So like it's pretty cool to be able to do that and like create stuff like that with a whole storyline behind it that people can kind of digest. So
important.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
Definitely. So what are you guys currently listening to? Because there's been some banger releases this year.
Oh man.
Like man, there's some
I'll go
bangers.
first.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the new Thornhill album, the new Throne album. I guess not super new, but the last release from Throne, that's just been on replay still.
It's gangster.
That's completely just changed a lot of shit for me. And I love Buster's production. Dude,
it's top tier.
Dude, it's just
top tier.
amazing. But those are two I've been just religiously listening to.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has any releases they like.
I mean,
there's more. I can keep going.
I've always listened to Fit for an Autopsy, but their newest track.
It's strange, isn't it?
I can't remember the name of it actually.
I know.
It comes for you.
Holy crap! Their guitar works so good.
Yeah.
I could listen to them
Will
all the
Putney is
time.
in like 70 bands and they're all great. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new era drops that they had, Gore being, and was it Echo Sonata or something like that? Can't remember exactly the name.
Eras, dude, they're cranking them through Eras.
They're insane, dude. Like Jesse and their new guitars are just absolutely insane. I'm
Top
just listening
tier.
to them. It's like, holy shit! Like just the technicality.
They got it
I
down.
love it.
One of the first.
That's probably it as far as metal. I've been kind of bad lately of checking out like brand new shit.
Yeah.
I actually started getting to the Spirit Box's new album.
That was great.
But yeah, oh, it's fire. It's insane. Kind of going back to, kind of gives me I Wrestled a Bear Once vibes with some of the songs.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, they go heavy as
She
fuck.
used to be in that.
I know.
Yeah.
Her and Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both in it. Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny. One of the first tours I ever went on was with Era. I went out with it was Era and Dayseeker and Death of an Era. It was the band that I got signed. It was
Death of an Era. I haven't heard that name.
that is
So-
crazy.
I was
I
used to manage them and be there. I was the tour manager. I'm the one that got them signed.
for Death of an Era. Do you know Kevin Langford?
Yeah, I know Kevin.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, I've
Kevin's
dealt
a good
with him
dude, man.
before in the
I love
past.
Kevin.
Awesome dude. But I remember hearing their one of their albums before it was released. Like it was,
Probably the one. It's probably Commonwealth or the one with Commonwealth on it or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, it's fucking
the
Black
political
Bag.
one.
Well, the people.
Yes, yeah, it's like We the People type
We the
shit.
People.
Yeah,
That's fucking killer.
Yeah, that's the one. So helped write.
Oh shit! So
Yeah, so record. Yes.
nice, dude.
It's
Yep.
a small world, bro. Small world.
Those
dude.
guys are fucking awesome.
I remember them listening to them.
Mike, the drummer, is now the drummer for the Plot and You.
Oh
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's go.
Yeah.
What a fucking
It's crazy. I've seen like a whole set. Like I was in the scene in like 2008 to 2017, and like I saw like all my friends get signed and all that sort of things. And now like all the bands that were like kind of just new then, like Death of an Era that I got signed, all that stuff, are now like in bigger bands. Like I went and saw Orthodox and Mugshot, and there's some kid that like used to just be like a little promoter, used to play for like our opening bands when we played with Death of an Era. And like I saw him, I was like, "Hey Mike, what's up, man? What are you doing these days? You from the show?" And he said, "I'm the drummer for Orthodox." I was like, "What?"
That's
He
crazy.
said, "He's now the drummer for Orthodox." And I was like, "That's insane that this kid that like used to bring us waters, he's now the drummer in like one of my favorite bands." It's fucking
That's
amazing.
awesome, dude.
Let's go.
That's sick.
That's
Yeah,
like
the Ohio scene's pretty crazy. So
Absolutely.
anything can happen again. That's inspiring.
Yeah.
it always warms my heart when people know who Death of an Era is because I worked
Oh,
super hard to get
I
this
got
band
excited when that was brought up, man. I missed that band.
I remember hearing that shit and being like, "Geez, this is fucking incredible,
Yeah.
incredible." So
They were listen, and every single one of those kids when we went on our first tour with the Crimson Armada, I'd have letters from their parents to take them out. All but one, all but Daniel, the lead singer, because they were all under 18, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that amazing?
It's great.
They were one of the first bands I ever heard that mixed like that deathcore and metalcore sound.
Yep.
Like, because I had never heard it really much before, and then
Yeah.
because they like We the People was so heavy, and then the chorus came in, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
Yeah, they
It was
started doing the singing thing, and
Mhm.
it was pretty cool. Like it was a cool kind of little piece in time because like literally like that was the first band I ever managed on my own. And everybody was like, "Bro, why you like they're not going anywhere?" Because they were just like everybody's little brothers. They were younger than everybody else. Like, and everybody else been like Monster Flames. We'd gotten signed, and like all these other dudes we'd gotten signed. And then everybody's like, "You can't do it." And I was like, "Fuck you, watch me, I'll do it." I worked every day, and lucky enough, the dude who taught me everything in the music industry is a dude named Tom Gutches, who manages Beartooth, was the Tack Attack tour manager,
Yeah.
was the president of Artery for a while. He's the one who taught me everything. So I just spent 6 months every day like pleading my case to him why it should work, and he would send me like clips from Entourage to tell me about the business. And then one day he was like, "All right, I'll sign him."
Wow.
And like he signed him, and he did the craziest move. He said, "Because all I ever wanted to do was work at Artery. That's all I remember. Artery was like the biggest thing in the world. I was like, dude, I'm about to get an Artery job. I made it." And he said, "Listen, we can sign the paperwork, and I'll give you the job. But I promise, I work here. I don't want to fucking work here. Don't be like the rest of the kids you hate that do that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You did this. Nobody said you could do it. Go create your own company. Go be good at something else. Fuck these people." And I said, "Dude, what?" And so, long story short, I did just say fuck it. I gave him the band, and I fucking rolled out, and I started my own company, and it went well. So
Well, good, man.
Yeah.
it was pretty fun.
That's a great fucking story.
Yeah,
man.
congrats to you, brother.
I just love. That's funny that you knew Death of an Era. That fucking makes warms my heart, dude. That's amazing.
Small world, brother.
Yeah.
It is, especially in the music scene in Ohio. Like it seems like everybody knows each other. That's funny. Kevin too. I haven't heard Kevin name forever. He's just a good dude though, man.
Great dude, man.
Good
Great
dude.
dude. Love him.
Oh, let's see. You guys, what are some of your favorite like fucking tour stories? Because I mean, I don't know how many tours you guys have been on, if you've done any or whatever.
We've only been on one as a band, and that was before Jake was our vocalist.
So
Oh,
yeah, I used to be the front man.
Okay.
And then I left for a little while, and then I ended up coming back. Well, they grabbed Jake as the vocalist, and then like I said before, I was the primary songwriter.
I feel like
So
there's a story
they
there.
felt like bringing me back in would be a good fit, but on guitar instead. So, but before then, I was the vocalist, and we were on one tour. And I mean, I don't remember anything crazy.
I got something sort of. So just like I mean, everyone knows how tours can be. You know, when you set up a tour with yourself local. What we had to do, Treachery is a national band. They toured all over.
Yeah.
But you know, shows are going to be hit or miss. Like we played in Atlanta, Georgia at the Masquerade. That venue was so sick. They had stage hands like rolling our gear into the venue and helping us. Like we didn't have to do shit to like bring our stuff all the way to the stage we were at, which was super cool. The local bands promoted a lot. They were sick. Insomni was one of them.
Yeah.
They were really dope. They brought a bunch of people, and there was actually a good amount of people at the show. It was a great show.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I think it was the very next day we played in Nashville.
We went from the best day ever to the fucking.
Oh my god.
We played there. Autumn Lies Buried was there. They're another sick band we played with a few times. Not really anyone came. There might have been 5 people, all of which were mine and our bassist friends from high school that surprised us for the show, and they were the only guys there. They were there for a bachelor party, so that was pretty cool. But
if you're not a hardcore band, Nashville's not like a great place to play because kids will not show up. So,
Right.
But yeah, the contrast of like having a really great show, and then like the next day, at least our dudes came by though and like supported us. Otherwise, there would have been actually no one. But you know, it's just how it goes sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
that's a perfect representation of tour, especially for a local band. It's just some days it's just, I guess I play a lot for played a lot for fucking bands and their girlfriends, and then some days you show up and you're like, bro, who are these kids? Like they know us? That's crazy. Like that sort of thing is like it's pretty cool. It's just touring is really hard. Like it's especially that's what touring. Like I got out of promotion because I started throwing shows when I was like 17, and I just got out of promoting because I was like, this is a thankless job. I don't know if anybody's gonna show up and do a lot of fucking work. And I love musicians, but one of them will not be happy about something stupid, like throughout the show. And so it's like it just was like nobody was happy, and I was like, this doesn't pay enough money. Fuck this. I'll see what I can do about management because I like knew a bunch of people. I already knew a bunch of people, so fuck it. So like, yeah, going for local tours, it's just like you can't get paid enough. Like it's not like you can go in and be like, we need a $250 guarantee. Here's our fucking contract. Like all that sort of shit that you have to take. Like you take care of even in like middling bands. Because I was like a tour manager, trying to take care of all that shit. Like even doing that was a pain in the ass. I'm like, listen, this tour guarantee is only going to get us to the next fucking town. Like,
right.
So like,
it's brutal. It's definitely brutal.
So I talked about this. I did an interview with a band the other day, and we talked about how like now, even though bands can only bands like me, you guys only done like the one tour or whatever. Like you guys can, with the internet, the new era of like modern music, especially metal, you can grow and become like you can not have played a show and get fucking signed.
Oh, absolutely.
And like that's amazing to that because like before it was like you just had to go and like get it out of the mud and hope you could survive the local scene. Now it's like, nah, man, we just have to be good musicians and fucking present ourselves well, and you know what I'm saying, like find an audience. And I think it's really cool from the cut. It's still pretty cutthroat and saturated, but like way less fucking crazy going destitute broke.
Right.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like what's it, Darko. That's what they're like. Like
they're my favorite band.
Dude, I don't think they've ever played a show.
They haven't. They're talking about it now because Josh is in Chelsea Grin. They're talking about it.
Wow.
That would be fucking sick. Yeah, but like they've never. I mean, and I remember back in the day, I think it was Capture the Crown, which I think it was called Capture now. They were releasing music and they got popular before they even really played much, especially in the United States. Like now it's a whole different ball game. If you've got good enough production, you've got content, you're interesting in some way, or you have some kind of, maybe it's a gimmick, whatever it could be. It's not that it's easy. It's not easy, but you are more likely to grab the attention of an audience without actually being in front of them.
It levels the playing field because you don't need a record label at that point.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could show I can do what you guys do. Now, if you want to work with me, it'd be cool to have your money, but otherwise, I don't fucking need you. And that's a pretty cool thing to do. You know, there was a band from Ohio that was like the first band I knew of that did the whole like, fuck this, we're not gonna play any shows. We're just gonna release dope music, see what happens. And they got signed before they ever played a show. It's a band called Legacy.
Yeah.
AC.
Yep.
It was all stupid breakdowns. Like it was like the beginning of like when breakdown core hit. And it was dumb. And I was like, this is so good. And the kids were like, this is just a joke. And then they got signed. I think they got signed to Rise. It was crazy. They never stepped foot in the stage. And I was like, well, maybe we're changing.
I actually remember that band. I remember that band.
The band was dope. The band was dope. So yeah, I mean, I think it's cool the way the modern landscape is and like, I mean, you guys have kind of caught the tail end. I saw like a different scene now than like, I mean, I don't know how old are you guys? 30. So like, I mean, you experienced some of the scene like back in 2008, and like, I know people complain about the music scene nowadays, and I'm like, let me tell you, man, 2008 like doesn't seem like that long ago, but that shit was the wild fucking West back then. It was a whole different scene of shitty people that have now grown up and are good people now. So like most of them. So you know, Ronnie Radke never fucking grow up and be a good person, but fuck him. So
I remember being like outside of like a venue back then in like 2010, and like afraid to like smoke a cigarette because I thought it's like I was gonna get jumped by straight edge kids. Like I remember that shit. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No, listen, fucking Death of an Era was a straight edge band.
Yeah, I know. Well, I knew a lot of the bands back then in that area. I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
So like a little more up north, and there were a lot of straight edge bands then, and then a lot of them were really cool. But then you'll get the ones that you said they remind me of like just people back then that can be kind of shitty, and it just reminded me like I had like a flashback of like stepping outside and like looking around, making sure nobody was there before I lit up a cigarette or something, so I don't want to just throw a rock at my dome. So
listen, and like I used to have to, because I'm 6'6", like 300 pounds. I'm a big dude. So it's like when I go out with bands, they would go like, send Tony out with him. They'll be fucking safe. He's not gonna put up with any shit. I mean, I would fucking like one night I saw the Death of an Era singer like walk out the front door and like 15 dudes followed him like they were gonna go fight. I was like, oh no. Walked outside and the dudes like were surrounding him, pushed up. He's like, what's up? What's going on? They started saying shit. I said, you know what? Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna start hitting people. All out, and they were like, I was like, dude, what are you doing? He was like, they said something. Like, listen, go back inside. You're not fighting, dude. You're from the suburbs. Go back inside. Like,
Go back inside, man. Come on.
But like, it wasn't.
You have a finished basement. You need to go back inside.
Right. Like for real. Like I've been to your mom's house. It's nice. It's nice as shit. Go back inside. You're not fighting anything. But literally, like fucking, like the whole thing, like with straight edge bands now. There's a lot of really cool straight edge bands now that like, and the straight edge kids are like much cooler than they were like. When you heard about straight edge kids when you were like 15, you're like, oh fuck these kids. Now they're not so bad. Most of them, like you can go to Orthodox shows and you can go to like Boundary shows, and like kids are super cool.
Boundary's another good one,
Boundary's banger too. Love Boundaries, man. Brings me. It's a quote from Boundaries I heard, but like I know bands usually fall, and you guys obviously listen to metal and stuff, but later there's a lot of people that fall in like they want to listen to the scene, and some of them don't because they're like, oh, I don't want to steal or whatever. And Boundaries was on their audio tree thing. They said, oh, no, we steal from everybody. We love everybody. We think it's the greatest form of flattery that, like, you guys give us an idea. Like, we're going to kind of use it. We're not going to outright steal it. But, like, we essentially are stealing from everybody because we fucking love this music. And I was like, that's the best answer I've ever heard. I just love hearing bands' thoughts on that.
Our thoughts from that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If it's, like, too blatant, I'm opposed to it. But, I mean, I know some people say, I was watching some drummer video. I think it's either the drummer from Disturbed or Breaking Benjamin, one of those bands. But he's like, good musicians borrow, great musicians steal. And he's like talking about some drum beat, and I believe it was the drummer from Breaking Benjamin. I could be wrong.
Probably.
But it happens all, especially in metal. I mean, there's so much shit that's kind of sounds the same. Like
it's really hard not.
Metal is kind of getting so saturated where it's like I don't know. You don't even try to steal something, but there's just so much out there. It already sounds like, you'll
never find it anyway.
Someone made, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't think we try to blatantly do that. I mean, maybe a vibe. Yeah. Like, oh, this vibe's kind of sick. Can we like kind of mimic it in some way? But
yeah. I think it depends on trends too. Trends are a big part of it. So like, if you've got those big open spacey breakdowns with the ambient stuff in the back and there's, just spaced out vocals and this, I can name 10 bands that are doing that right now. But it's all about characterizing the vocals, making them your own. That's a big part of it.
I think the vocals are, probably the one thing that makes a lot of different bands, you know, in the same genre.
That's the first thing that I hear, just because I do vocals. So like, if vocalists stick out, I go, okay, I'm gonna listen now. That sort of thing.
Yep. And now, what is it? What do they call it? It's the type of metal that's happening now. What's that one band? Alpha Wolf is doing it. It's like the noise core.
Noise,
It's like
metal.
new metal.
Dude, like that shit's so cool, but there's so many bands that are doing it now, but it's so much fun that you almost like can't help but to do it a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
We got a little bit.
we do it a tiny bit. Yeah.
That's why I love Darko, because Darko's just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Every time I play it for somebody, they go, "What is this alien noise bullshit you're playing?" I'm like, "Oh, chill out." Tom Barber's the reason that I do vocals now. Like, he's the only reason I was like, I got to do that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Because like,
dude, he's fantastic.
He don't think he gets enough love. He gets overlooked a lot just because of like everybody else. I'm like, listen, dude, I think he's as good as anybody. He just like the little shit he does is what's important with Tom. Like, he does some really crazy shit.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, it's just him and Josh writing all that fucking music, and they're turning out music faster than fucking 6 bands. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're also in Chelsea Grin. It's pretty crazy. So
that's amazing. Yeah, Tom's a sweet dude.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of vocalists get overlooked because of the like, it's like called like the vocal Olympics now. You heard about that? You know what I'm talking about?
Same with drums.
Yeah, so basically, you know, how many noises can you possibly do in a song?
What kind of crazy noise can you make? And then my band's gonna outdo it, and like the
can
whole
you make this noise, and now it's like alligator sounds and shit, and it's just like, which is fine, totally cool, but because of that, I feel like artists like Tom get overlooked by what he's able to do is fantastic, to the point where I feel like he should be getting more recognition for it.
Yeah, because he's not Will Romas like making crazy noises or anything. Like, not no shade to Will. Will's amazing, but like, I've been trying to go to bat for Tom forever, because I'm like, it is kind of just the vocal Olympics. Like, now there is like people that like. Have you ever heard of Larcenia Rowe?
No, I have not.
Larcenia Rowe it's got the lead singer from Synesthesia in it too. He's ridiculous, and he like does a bunch of that vocal Olympic stuff, but he does it like he uses his voice as like an actual instrument. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's doing crazy noises, not just like random crazy noises. Like, he's doing it, but it's the craziest shit. I should look into it. It's pretty crazy.
I think it's just how it fits with the music, you know?
Yeah,
that's true. There's nothing wrong with it. No.
Yeah, like it's just how it fits with the music. I like hearing certain things pronunciated, but then other times it doesn't matter so much because it's so fucking heavy. It's like, I don't even care what dude said. That was disgusting.
I don't know any Peeling Flesh lyrics, but they all sound cool. So,
right, exactly.
You know,
and I think we can kind of not blame, but I guess the person that started it all, in my opinion, is Dickie Allen, Infinite Annihilator. Like, he was the one that was really doing all the crazy shit and then just took off.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that. Like, I'm always a big proponent, like, about enunciating stuff, like strange stuff. Tom Barber did like a music mentor thing, and in there he's like, listen, and he did like 2 lines, and he said it the same way, and he was like, one of them was like enunciating, the other one was all like muddy, and he was like, now which one sounds more powerful? And he's like, obviously the one that you can hear everything. He's like, otherwise you're just some asshole screaming into a mic. And I was like, okay, well, you kind of got me there. Like, that's kind of true. Like, so that sort of thing, like, he's been a big proponent. Like, one thing, shout out to vocalists, I did not realize how hard it was to continue to scream and try to enunciate words. It's like fucking doing high level math, but also like riding a bike. It's insane. It's a lot going on.
It is tough. It's tough. It's a lot of breath work, and just like, my lows are definitely not as well enunciated as my more mid to high range for some reason. But you know, it just matters what type of scream you're doing too. I think it's cool to mix that false chord and try to get your voice to kind of bleed through when you're doing that type of vocals too, because they're still heavy. But I don't know if you've ever listened to 1056.
Love 10. I was looking through old pictures, and I have a picture of fucking Aaron, like from when he was in Betraying the Martyrs.
Yes,
dude.
Aaron, like, especially in that band, you can totally like tell just how like he, you know, goes in and out of his voice, but he's still got that raw fucking guttural, and it's awesome. But you can really, at least when I listen to it, I can really understand what he's saying most of the time.
Yeah,
he does enunciate really well, and he's got because it's weird. I was just talking about my vocal. I have to take vocal lessons, and so I was talking to my vocal coach about Matt Honeycutt, and like it's hard to like kind of judge Matt Honeycutt from Kublai Khan's voice, because it's like half his speaking voice, but but he's still screaming. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. My vocal coach is like, I don't really either. It's kind of crazy. But he's like doing like a tough guy shout, but he's doing it and it's not obviously fucking up his throat. And
Right.
it's kind of crazy to think about. Every time we find different vocals all the time, and I'm like, I just want to know how they do that sort of shit. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing is really cool. And I've become like, I've been taking vocal lessons and I've gotten to the point now where like literally my vocal coach is in a band in Michigan called Never Ender.
Okay.
And they're pretty good. And they're getting ready to do their new album, and he offered me a feature on the new album.
Let's go,
Nice,
dude.
nice.
Congrats, brother.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the only thing I've never done in music is be recorded with a band or anything. Like, I've got bands signed, I've been on tour with bands, and he was like, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to do it. I was like, that's fucking amazing, dude. So that's like the big thing I got coming up. So that's pretty cool.
Never Ender, did you say?
Yeah, Never Ender. Yep.
Never Ender. Okay, I'll check him out.
Yeah,
I'll
for
check
sure.
him out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a dude named Justin Savvy. Savvy vocals on like TikTok and all this stuff. I posted about him all the time. He's fucking, I love the dude.
I know that guy. Why do I know that name?
It
He
sounds
does-
familiar to me.
he
too.
does a bunch of
Does
TikTok.
he do stuff on social media a lot?
Yeah, he does like if you can listen to one band, and then he gives you two
Yes,
bands.
I know exactly who that is.
That's him. That's my vocal coach.
Okay.
Fucking greatest dude in the world, and like has been doing it a long time. He's really good at vocals, and like one day he was like, I'm gonna start giving vocal lessons. I think $35, and I was like, when do you want to book? Right now, let's go. Because I
Right.
looked into every other vocal coach. It's for fucking $200 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's just every bit as good. Like, I had like one false chord low scream kind of okay when I started with him, and I have that full range. He's like, you have a whole range of, like, it's crazy. You have like your lows sound great, your highs are getting better, your mids are good. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty crazy to see that shape up in a couple months based like on my work from 7 months, and then just do that and just kind of hone it all in together. It's been really amazing. So
Yes.
That's what's up, bro.
Dude, that's
Well,
Oh, yeah.
congrats on that.
Yeah,
man.
man.
That shit ain't easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I wish I
how
could.
long have you? I mean, you guys have both done vocals. So how long you guys been doing vocals?
I think with the first band I was in, our first show was when I was 14 years old. So probably about 16, 17 years.
Nice.
So I just, I feel like I feel like I can really do what I need to do, but I can always learn more. And I've just tried to kind of like search for a way to use my voice and my scream and just kind of find that break in between them and stuff. But I definitely, I feel like I could always learn more. And I've always wanted to work with Melissa Cross. I think it'd be sweet.
Fucking everybody, dude. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
dude.
You can't even email her and ask about it. Like, you have to know somebody to do it. Like, I
Yeah.
looked into it and I was like, I don't feel like calling in favors for that yet. So now listen, like, did you learn like every other kid just screaming? Like, that's when I did Gus vocals and tour before, like I could scream into a mic and it sounded cool, but it hurt my voice really bad because I learned how to scream in a mic in local bands, like every
Right.
kid, you know what I'm saying? And back then there wasn't YouTube tutorials. Like, did you start out learning proper technique and doing that sort of thing, or did you just like kind of learn like and then lean into it and like learn later?
I'm not like I kind of just I definitely didn't have. I think I started with a fry scream.
Lucky
Was
you.
was how I started. Just I feel like there wasn't any like I kind of just tried until I'd started to sound like something, and through a microphone it didn't sound terrible, so I just kept doing it, and then I just kept listening to other bands and taking influence, and it was the same time my balls are dropping, so I'm like I want to do
Voice is all over the
now,
place.
my voice is also changing, and like shit I can't do anymore. So it was just like it was
but I can do super lows now.
it was pretty wild, but like I remember, I don't know if you've ever listened to "Beheading of a King,"
Mhm.
but back in the day, I saw Matt Paquette, like his vocal covers and shit that he would do,
Mhm.
and that's kind of him listening to him scream, and then Matty Montgomery from For Today actually kind of helped me go for the more like open kind of false chord scream.
For Today crushed so hard.
Dude, they did. Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
absolutely.
One of the first tours I ever went on was it was like an artery tour, but essentially it was like Moss to Flames,
Yep.
What Was Me, Texas in July,
Oh,
Canvas
bro.
Romans, and For Today.
That's
Right.
wild.
Like Moss to Flames had just gotten signed. Fucking Texas in July I was friends with. Like, everybody's just coming up. Like, What Was Me still had Tyler Carter in it type shit.
Yeah.
And so we watched them every night. And we were like, dude, that show was amazing. And I love the dudes from We Came as Romans. I was good friends with Kyle before he died. And then I was like, every night I would go, these kids are about to get real disappointed. Watch this. And For Today would come out and just murder.
Yeah,
Fucking
every time.
murder. Every fucking night. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't know how. I feel bad for these kids every night because they just come out and watch it, and it was just a well-oiled machine of breakdowns, and
Right.
it was amazing.
Like people just went nuts, dude. Like, yeah. He had really good stage presence and really good control of the crowd. Like, just no matter what. Like, no matter what you think.
In real life. So.
You know, yeah. Like, it was just. I remember, like, I forget. It was basically like he was starting an army at Warped Tour the first time I saw him, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like everything he said, people did. Like I was just.
He's
as
a preacher.
an
It's like his
vocalist.
job when he's not in a band. Like he's a preacher.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, surprisingly enough, yeah, Maddie was a huge influence for me. Just kind of changing the way I was screaming and stuff. But yeah, for Jacob, he's probably been.
So it's actually funny. So you mentioned Melissa Cross. I had a DVD of hers.
The Zen Art of Screaming?
Yes, I still have it. Yeah. So I got that. So I started screaming when I was 16, and it was because a girlfriend of mine at the time broke up with me, and I was pissed off. And I went to band practice, and I was the guitarist, and I went in, and I got tears in my eyes, was fucking.
Let it all out.
Like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I just need to scream, brother." And they were like, "Okay." And then I did, and it just wasn't terrible. So
it was pretty good. It was all right.
yeah, they're like, "That wasn't bad,
Like,
dude."
damn.
And I was like, "All right." And it
You
did.
really meant that.
Yeah, dude. So then I went and got that DVD, and I learned, and I did the practices and the runs and all that stuff that she would have to do. And it was back then when it had like what Randy Blythe was on it, I think.
Randy Blythe, Keith Buckley was in it.
Phil Labonte was on it.
Yeah, Phil Labonte was on it. Who else?
Dude from Shadows Fall.
Yes, the dude from Shadows Fall was on there. Maybe somebody from Unearth.
Unearthed was on there. Yep. Yeah. Anyway,
it was all the Massachusetts metalcore scene that was like super big. Right?
So I learned from that. So, but I was 16. I'm 31 now. So yeah, about 15 years.
Different ball game now.
Yeah. So that's about as long as I've been at it. Yeah, let's fucking go, dude.
Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die is the reason that I found that DVD because I really I love Every Time I Die a lot, and it's fucking so sad when that band broke up. Slowly getting to like better lovers, I guess. I was not a fan at first, but I support all those dudes because I was like genuinely friends with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I talk to Andy Williams more than I talk to fucking most human beings sometimes. So it's pretty cool. Like to fucking people forget about Melissa Cross. She's still pumping them out over there. Fucking Noah Sebastian's got one of the craziest screaming voices and also one of the prettiest fucking singing voices in human history. So it's great. Who was all like, since we talked about vocals and stuff, like who was all like, you guys have like favorite guitar players and favorite drummers and like you got favorites for everything? You just got bands?
That's a honestly, I'm a Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold, bro.
Oh, let's go.
Dude, he's been my favorite. He has been my favorite guitarist since forever. I would say that he's still impressive. I didn't like their newer stuff, but his
their newer stuff is weird.
Yeah, oh my god. But that, or I really like John Petrucci.
Oh yeah,
I like him a lot from Dream Theater. He's really good too.
Nice.
Yeah, the dude's got a voice on him for sure.
Yes.
What about
JoJo?
So
Is it Neil Peart?
I was always I've always been a
Yeah.
Rush fan, so Neil Peart's a big inspiration. Beyond that, my next other favorite probably the Tony Royster Jr. Fucking freak.
Yeah.
Absolute funky, fast, ridiculous. He's a robot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tony Royster Jr. is my favorite. I do watch Chris Turner videos a lot.
Oh,
You know, it's just something.
Chris Turner.
that I can't. It's just hard to believe that he does what he does. Also. But then again, on like the whole like Olympic thing, as far as the vocals are concerned, like I know it's a big thing with the drums, like speed is a huge thing, but the people who are getting the most attention, they're not just fast, they are good in every way. They can play the slowest beat better than anyone else too. Like it's not they have everything.
I used to march drumline, and that's how they have to teach us how to do it. Like
Really
can you play it really, really slow and do it correctly? And everybody's like, oh, I'm like, yeah. When you can play it really slow, it doesn't. You can play it really fast. Then playing it really fast is not necessarily the best skill. But if you can play it slow, then you know it, and then you will be able to play it fast.
Yeah,
so that's how
I try my best to write unique fills, and sometimes it comes off. It's like, okay, that fits the part. I want it to be more, but I don't want to overdo it. I try to be musical as possible, but I also try to take influences from like funk music.
Mhm.
Funk music's a big thing for me. I love funk music, so I try to involve that, whether it be like there's a fill, but then I throw in like a random like a hi-hat stop in there or something, just in a weird beat, and the bass like hits with it. And there's like a slap or something. But, but yeah, I am learning heel toe. I am learning heel toe, so I can do the really fast double bass. I finally
Nice.
broke through. I can feel it now. I'm able to sort of do it, and now I know I can make progress.
I think I can kind of get the next stage going. What are your thoughts on have you heard the new Straight from the Path record?
No.
Straight from
The Path, new.
They have a new record?
What? Okay, yeah. So they didn't like do any promotion for it. They literally just like one day was like, hey, check it out. Record.
Yeah, I ain't heard that yet. I love Straight from the Path and their drummer. What's his name?
Craig Reynolds.
Reynolds, yeah.
This is his best drumming thing you'll ever see.
When I saw them live, I could not believe how good they were live, and all across the board. It was a great venue and sound, and they were perfect.
Listen, this album is the best Straight from the Path record, and even above Rising Sun, which I think Rising Sun is like a fucking forever
You
masterpiece.
just gave me cold chills, man. I'm so ready to hear this shit.
Right, this is over. We're going to listen to it.
That's crazy.
Listen, I'm telling you, it is the like if you thought Straight from the Path was pissed before, this is pissed off Straight from the Path, and like it. I was like, they did this, and I was like, then I got to the end of the record, and I said, "Fuck, this is their last record. I'm pissed." They're breaking up, like they're doing the stories and they're done. And I was like, "How you? What the fuck?" Like they literally hit their stride. It's best guitar work from Tom. Fucking Drew is on fire. They have like crazy features. Fucking like they have Poison the Well on there for Christ's sake.
God, dude,
It's a banger, man.
Just drop a banger into like peace.
They didn't even
no shit.
Peace.
It kind of reminded me of I don't know why, but the fucking a band I miss, Stick to Your Guns. Remember them?
Yeah, stick to your guns.
You Stick to Your Guns, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god, they were so good. they played shows together a lot. That's why I remember of them.
Yeah, dude, straight like fucking. I can't believe you guys didn't know about it, man. Like, they just showed up I just opened up Apple Music one day and I was like, "Is this the whole album?" And it was there. It's called Clockwork.
Okay.
I'll listen to it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. It's because it's like the drumming is what sticks out, and you're like, he's doing. I was like, he must have like this is like his resume for trying to join another band or something because it is so over the top. Like, so over the top, but it's so good. It's not like over the top bad, like where it's like, oh, that's too much. It's just you go, oh, goddamn, Craig Reynolds is fucking talented. Like, not only is he a good podcaster, but that dude can really fucking drum.
Nice.
So, what about you? What about guitarist?
Shit. My favorite guitarist, I'd say Adam D from Killswitch Engage is probably my spirit animal.
Yeah.
That man built half the metalcore scene.
I wish I could pull off like his personality because he just don't give a fuck. Like just his random screams on stage and just talking
Wearing
shit.
capes and shit.
Yeah. There's a second time I seen Killswitch Engage was at this place called LC Pavilion in Columbus, and I was probably 17.
I lived half hour from it.
No shit.
Yeah.
That was my cousin who really kind of got me into metal. He took me to see my first show ever. I was in the 7th grade, and it was Killswitch and Lamb of God, and I was so stoked to see Killswitch. Anyways, the second time I went and seen him, usually when I'm in the pit, I'm a big guy as well. I'm 6'4", 250.
Right.
And I'm in the pit. People are always like, raising their hands up like they want to get picked up. And I'm like,
the worst.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. I don't mind picking them up.
If you do one, there's a line that'll form.
Yeah. well, this time, they did the signal to me, and they're like, "No, do you want to go?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, I just got like, "You gonna pick me up?" I was like, "Fuck!" I had my work boots on and shit.
Oh,
and
Jesus!
I was heavy as shit, but I glided past the crowd. I recorded it 'cause I'm just fucking dumb teenager, not enjoying the moment.
Right.
But I got to the front. Security caught me, and Adam D standing around the edge, and they're in the middle of Vienna Heartache, and like right after the first verse. Adam D does this like legato riff, and I'm just right underneath him, just sweat dripping down on me. He's like, Adam D, you fucking rock, man. Don't know if you heard him, but he's just slapped my hand. He slapped my hand. I was like, I'm never fucking washing this again. That was like one of my favorite moments.
It's like a core memory you'll always have.
Oh yeah, I've had bad memories on shows too.
Dude,
I'll tell this just for the shits and gigs, not that they'll hear it or anything. So me and John, the bass player, he's not here right now, but we went and seen Era with Alpha Wolf and Thornhill over in Indianapolis.
Damn.
So, Alpha Wolf hardcore band, they want stage dives. There's no security, so I went up, stage dove a couple times. It was great.
Alpha Wolf shows go hard.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's a huge change from, Alpha Wolf to Era. And I've had a few drinks this night. Era goes on, and I'm thinking, let's do it again. I step up on stage and I pat JT on the back, and he looks at me like he's pissed. Like, dude, what
Like,
the
bro,
fuck?
get the fuck off the stage.
He just looked at me and like pointed off the stage, and Jesse, the other guitarist, like looked at me like, you fucking idiot. Like,
Disappointed.
and I
Like, it
just,
wasn't they were mad. They were disappointed.
they were. And I was like, oh fucking, I'm dumb.
Dude.
Again,
I
fuck,
was going
man.
to go stage dive, and everyone just moved. So I just like jumped in defeat. Yeah, everyone I just jumped down off the stage in defeat. I walked back to John. He recorded the whole thing.
Oh
Of
my
course.
God,
And
dude.
Jesse's
hoping-
just staring at us, just shaking his
Hilarious.
head like you fucking. After
Hoping-
that, security went on stage like, no stage diving.
Knock that
I'm
shit
gonna
off,
go on
guys.
Stage. I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
God damn, I just got a
made
rule
complete
created.
ass of
Fuck.
myself. I was like, yeah, that was good, Steve. Good job.
Somebody's gonna tweet about this in 10 minutes. Fuck.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
All over Twitter is the guy that got stage diving banned here. Shit.
Yes. That's hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
is
Yeah, that
hilarious.
was fun.
What is everybody else's first concert? Like, I always love hearing people's first concerts. They're always fucking
Oh
funny.
shit.
My first concert was it was in Columbus. I think I was about 12. I might have been 12 years old, and it was Children of Bodom.
Ooh.
I went with my Ukrainian friend from back in the day.
Hell yeah.
His name was Sergey, and he was shred the piano, and he got into metal, and like dude was just super into thrash and fucking like Winter Sun and just a bunch of really good shit. And yeah, we went and saw Children of Bodom with his dad, and his dad was like a piano teacher, and I think he actually started like a music school in Mason.
Oh, okay.
Mason, Ohio. But yeah, those guys are really musically inclined, and that was my first metal show ever. I'll never forget it. It was crazy. It was people
dope,
were
man.
blood drunk, man. It was wild.
I already said my first show with
Oh.
Kill Switch. So
Yep.
JoJo.
Wait, was that is
Yeah.
that Howard? It was Howard Killswitch, not Jesse, right?
It was Jesse. Yeah.
Oh,
They just
no.
released a song to
Yeah.
the set. They
You
released
had
a
to hear
song
the
to
end
the
of Heartache
set.
with Jesse. I'm so sorry.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
No hate to Jesse. I love Jesse Leach, but holy shit, he's not Howard, man.
Yeah, man. Oh,
He thinks completely different than
Yeah.
He bought the guitar.
I mean, the whole Howard Jesse debate, like, obviously, like Howard when he came in off their second album, like he made Kill Switch, and everyone loves how. I don't really have a preference, man. I fucking love Jesse, and I think I prefer Jesse's screams personally. I think his screams are more raw. I think
Howard's got some
funny,
soul, man. He's got a
What's
black
that?
man's soul. You know what I'm saying? He's got the soul in him. Like, he's just one.
Oh.
Like, look.
Maybe
Here's what.
everyone's got an opinion, but they're both
Here's what-
great. They're both up there for me. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't really.
Here's what
the
changed
whole
my
Howard
opinion.
Jesse thing. I don't know.
Here's what changed my opinion on it. I was a big pro Jesse dude, and they were talking about getting Howard. And then I heard, because I've heard Jesse do Howard stuff. If you
Yeah.
want to hear Howard do Jesse stuff, like it changed my mind on the whole thing. And I heard when Darkness Falls,
Yeah.
with Howard on it, and it was just a demo, and I was like, oh shit, like that hits so much harder than when Jesse does it. Like it just hits harder. And like I'm
Jesse-
sorry, like
Was Jesse on Darkness Falls? Because that was off the In a Heartache album, wasn't it?
No, he's not on the album before that, I think.
maybe it was something else.
Fixation on the Darkness, maybe.
Yes. Fixation on
Yeah.
the Darkness. I always get those two confused. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, still, he did Fixation on the Darkness, and I was just like, who the fuck is that? And Howard's from Columbus, too, so fucking shout out that guy.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
fuck, is he?
Yeah.
You know
He's
that.
from the east side of Columbus, so, like, he grew up in the hood over there, and, like, I don't know,
Wow.
just that, I always go back to that moment where you hear, when he sings This Distance in the Inner Heartache, and it's just him and the guitar, and it's this, and he just oh my God, dude, like, I could play that for the rest of my life, and I'm fine with it. Like, that fucking album is so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
a
up
powerhouse.
there, man.
He's a
Yeah.
powerhouse.
All right. JoJo.
For me, I don't know if the very first one counts. Like my mom took me to this park, our local rock and roll radio station, WEBN, had like a free show going on. We didn't really know what was going on, but we showed up and Days of the New was playing. That was cool.
Days of the New. All right.
Want to beer.
Yeah, no, my mom used to like Days of the New.
But no, like actual first show was Judas Priest, and Anthrax, and maybe White. I can't remember if it was Whitesnake or who the other band was, but Judas Priest.
Banger.
Oh my god, Anthrax is great. I wasn't into super heavy stuff at the moment, but
Anthrax is a good crossover band. Like,
Anthrax is great though.
Yep.
Judas Priest, I could not believe even in that time Rob Halford's old as shit, still wailed it, and he's still out there performing now. I want to go see him again because that was 2005. That was so long ago.
Halford with Baby Metal at the 2006 APMAs.
Nice.
It was wild, dude. We were just standing there. We were standing in the VFP section. I was talking to Tom. He was like, because at that time they were doing a bunch of weird crossover shows for that like stuff, and literally like he was like, I'm telling you, watch, because Beartooth played too, and we were watching Rob Halford. He said, just wait. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And Beartooth came out with Under Oath.
Wow.
And it was wild to see that. Like Beartooth came out on Earth and see Rob Halford with Baby Metal. I was just like, what the fuck is happening tonight, dude? Like,
That was crazy.
it was a fucking crazy show. But like Rob Halford was still, I was 10 years later after that, and he was still cranking it.
Yeah.
With high energy, crazy Japanese chicks just kicking it around him. It was wild.
Crazy. I bet that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good
one. My first show was actually a festival. Do you remember X Fest?
I do.
Yeah, that was my first show. It was the one where it was Avenged Sevenfold, Below for Valentine, Stained, Papa Road, Shinedown, Breaking Benjamin.
Divorced Dad or Rock.
Yeah, so it was more rock. My first metal show actually was Born of Osiris.
Oh, that's a
the
good
Attic.
one.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember the Attic at all in Kettering?
Oh, dude, that was my favorite venue.
Yeah, that's where I was at all the time. That's where I was afraid of the straight edge kids. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know that venue very well, man. I fucking love that place.
Dude, I know. That it was Born of Osiris, and I remember because they knocked the power out.
The power always went out that fucking place.
That's true.
Yeah.
But still,
Always did.
yeah, I remember that. But it was Born of Osiris, Crimson Armada.
Oh yeah.
And
I might have been on that tour then.
Veil of Maya. Yes, it was Veil of
It might
Maya.
have been,
I remember that show.
Yes, Crimson
That's a
Armada,
banger
Born of
show, yeah,
Osiris.
because fucking
Oh
man.
man. That was like original Veil of
My
Maya.
buddy
too.
got a fucking nosebleed in the mosh pit.
Listen, I have a hot take on Veil of Maya. I think Veil of Maya with Lucas is much better than old Veil of Maya.
Like the currently.
Is better.
Yeah. Like Mother is the best Veil of Maya. That's the best Veil of Maya thus far.
That's my favorite record from them.
I agree, but I do miss old Veil of Maya too at the same time.
I mean, I do too, but like, so good now. Like Mother, like their other albums were like the one.
It's good. It's extremely good.
Like Matriarch was good, and the other one, the one like False Idol or whatever. The one in between that was good, and then all the singles that they kind of scrapped were good. But Mother was just, it's fucking front to back, just perfection.
Honestly, False Idol is my favorite record.
Yeah, with double speed.
Okay,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's
The
a
one right
banger too,
before-
though.
Probably Eclipse. I think Eclipse or just a Common Man's Collapse.
But see, that's old. That's old Veil of Maya.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
It's
of
so
Brandon.
good. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Brandon's.
Yeah.
Hearing that when it came out, hearing their first album when it came out was like my mind was so twisted. I'm like, oh my god. Same with Born of Osiris.
Was the
And in
heaviest
that,
shit.
in that time period. I just couldn't believe like what I was hearing. Like those bands, Born of Osiris and Veil of Maya, like after the burial, very close.
Oh, after the burial.
After the burial is a banger
If those
too.
existed, I wouldn't be doing this.
That's true, dude.
Them three
The
bands.
all the Sumerian bands, bro.
Yep. They had just like the most technical, heavy, just fucking crazy bands. Like
Right.
Within the Ruins and shit. Like
Oh yeah.
Within the Ruins, bro.
Yeah.
Classic.
When's the Plague? You remember them?
yeah, When's the Plague? Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they had some bangers that like that whole was like, because that was like kind of when gent was kind of becoming a thing, and they were like trying to separate themselves, and it was just like, I don't care what you fucking call it, it's amazing. Like
It's 2008 shit.
Yeah.
Right.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite band is Periphery, and they were one of the pioneers, somewhat.
They
of
were
that
like
sound.
them and Animals as leaders and shit. Like just
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I still fuck with Animals as leaders.
Oh,
they're crazy.
Definitely.
Tosin's a monster.
Definitely.
Yep.
Can't do no.
Like I don't know. There's so much like crazy good music out there now. Like just like in general, like, I have like this giant list of like required listening. And it's all like crazy bands from like I've become obsessed with this small pocket of Minnesota that has produced like 3 or 4 really amazing bands to me. And so there's one same town in Minnesota has a band called Waste. They have a band called Torment. They have Soul Keeper and Zombie Shark, all from that fucking town.
I've heard of Zombie Shark.
Okay,
Wow.
listen, listen, do yourself a favor. There's an album called Holy Design by Soul Keeper.
Okay.
Go listen to that album. It will be life changing.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Noted.
literally like my top 2 or 3 albums of all time I've ever heard. I listen to it still to this day, and they just came out with a new EP. It's mind blowing. Like the whole concept of it, it plays perfectly together. It's the craziest, like, perfect mathcore shit you'll ever hear in your life, and like the lyrics are super poignant. It's crazy. It's crazy good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I always try to pass that along to people. I love giving the gift of like new bands where I'm like, let me change your mind on some shit.
Dude, absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I'll send you guys the list. I'll have the required reading list. People are like,
Yes.
oh, you
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll
And then I
remember
send
the
it
straight
to
from the
them.
path for sure. So
Right.
Yeah. I send it to them and they go, oh no, you have like a fucking list. I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 60 bands in there. It just keeps growing.
nice.
Like I got into like, I love like old music, like older music, but like I listen to new music. I wake up every day and look for new music and then just obsess about it until like I'm like, okay, cool, that's in the past now, and I just get new music and keep going. And it's like that's my real like obsession now, is that. So I guess since you guys listen to other stuff, where I always ask every band about this because it's always, I always get crazy answers that I never expect. What do you guys think of Sleep Token?
Okay. That's it.
Think of them.
Trash. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
To be honest, I only know a few songs by them, like The Offering and The Summoning, and it's pretty fucking sick. But I can't really give like an honest opinion because I haven't really listened to them too much. I know they're the fucking craze right now. Everyone loves them or hates them.
You're the second human being to say that to me in the last week, and I'm like, where do you guys live at? Like,
No, I've actually listened to Sleep Token quite a bit. So I think how do I word it? The music itself is actually pretty neat, in my opinion. I think it's definitely taking multiple genres and twisting them into something new. I think the gimmick that they're doing is also pretty freaking cool. However, I think that's the fan base that throws me off.
the fan base sucks. That's why you gotta
It's
fuck.
the fan base that throws me off.
So what about them? Because I've heard about this recently, where like Sleep Token fans fucking suck or what. I'm like, I haven't met any, so I don't like just in
Listen, most of
person. You know what I mean? Like, but
it's very cult like.
is
it's
it?
very cult like, and they become these like, I'd never heard the term parasocial relationship. I'm like, the fuck is that? It's like where people form like relationships with like Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens took a year off of music and everything because he couldn't take him and his wife getting online and just seeing shit about people wanting to fuck him.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
It's
what it
crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's pretty nuts.
I have friends that are very close to the band, and like they deal with the craziness. They have like they're in their Discord server, and like they release shit, and it becomes like they release like little clues for albums. It becomes mass hysteria with these kids, and like they're so obsessed with it. So I have started. What I've done is I pick little things that I know are going to piss them off. So anytime somebody mentions Sleep Token, just do this. If they mention the song Damocles, just go, oh yeah, Damocles, and only say it as Damocles forever.
Yes.
Their fucking head will implode, and I love it. Hey, dude. Like I love saying shit like that. Or like they'll be like, I don't want to know who they are, and I go, I've seen them without their masks on. I have pictures. I'm telling you, one good gimmick with the mask. Because let me tell you, if they take the mask off, they fucking look very nerdy and very fucking British, and you'd be real let down. Two, like right. If you take it off and you go, oh, they're a very British band. Oh, they look like a very British band. They do. But also, like I always go, like they'll be like, I don't need to know their names, and I go, the name's Leo Faulkner. I repost videos of him every time I find one without his mask on TikTok, just to piss like people like you off. She's like, well, they don't want to know. I'm like, dude, it's the fucking internet. Everybody knows nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't change it. They keep the mask. I want them to keep the mask on, but it does not change my view of him that I know his name's fucking Leo Faulkner. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I know that's been around like crazy.
Right.
I remember.
So
yeah, I remember that.
For me, I just love fucking with people like that because that's how you bring the Sleep Token fans down a notch. Like, hey man, listen, you're not. It's not that
fucking rage bait.
It's really fucking I'm really good at it too. So I'm like, I listen. It's just music. It's really good music. I fuck with it. I have a Sleep Token hoodie on that I designed, but like that's it. And fuck it. Like it's all it is. It's really good music, but it's it. Like I don't actually believe like anything like that. Like fucking I love the lore. The lore is really cool.
Yeah.
I listen. And if he's never really listened to Sleep Token and you want to get into them, there's a video on TikTok called Sleep Token Explained in 2 minutes by Kitties. The greatest video on TikTok. and it will help you just like get into shape.
Yeah.
Into fucking Sleep Token, because it's the perfect representation of what that band is going through.
Okay.
And every album is just kind of the same thing expanded upon. So I just love hearing people's. I've heard like I've had bands where I'm like, oh, that dude's gonna be the dude that doesn't like Sleep Token. They're like, ah, they're okay. And the one dude who looks like a hard ass is like, bro, I love Sleep Token. Like what?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, the music's dope. I'm not personally like when I see gimmicks, it's like I try not to like think about that too much because some gimmicks bug me. I think Sleep Token, their look is really cool and everything about them is really cool.
Fits.
They're very
But,
well
like,
thought
try
out, which
to
I
think
appreciate.
of that and just separate the music because that's like really what I'm gonna think about. And the music is really good.
Yeah,
The
what do you think
style
about
isn't like exactly what I want, but it's
their drummer is
perfect for
fucking
what it is.
crazy
The drummer, he writes the sweetest, most tasteful parts that
Yeah.
I've ever heard,
Yeah.
and he executes them perfectly. He's super talented. If the drums were like mid and not that good, I think that would affect them a lot. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, the grooves
I agree.
Yeah.
are so good.
I agree.
I'm not a huge fan. I honestly probably like them because of the drummer. I'm not a big fan of their vocalist. It's just, but
That's
Doesn't
not
Jeff
right,
think about his mouth when he's saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of like The Weeknd or something. It's kind of
Like the weekend.
Listen, that's why I call him cum metal. That's what we're calling him over here on the channel.
they're
Cum metal.
definitely but
Dude,
like
hell yeah.
Deftones does it better though.
Okay,
They come way harder to Deftones.
That's
I
true.
got a take on this. So the
Deftones
fans
sick.
that try to mesh genres, right? So say if you got a metal band, and then they want to mix techno into it, and they make a techno part, but a techno part sounds like it's from the '90s because maybe they're not that experienced in techno. Right? Okay, for Sleep Token, for example, like the vocals like remind me of some other bands, which to me it's like okay, it sounds like they're sort of mimicking that, but it's mixed in metal, so now it's new. But like the styles are pulling in, like are they the best they could be? Are they modern, or are they being reused from somewhere else? Not saying they're stealing it, and not to say that his vocal tone is stolen. Like it's really more so an accent that we're hearing that makes it to us sound like he's copying, but it's
He's got a really crazy overbite. If you don't know that,
No, I don't know that.
just so you know, it looks kind of crazy from the side. Anyway,
Dude, hell yeah.
no
Yeah,
shade to hate towards Sleep Token at all.
Dude,
Jesus.
he said
That's hilarious.
he said they look British, so that makes sense to me.
Bro, listen, every single one of those voices, you're like, oh, I see why you guys had to go. We need masks, guys. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of mixed genres
that's hilarious.
oftentimes end up sounding cheesy. If you're like someone that's into electronic music and you hear a band pulling some electronic influences and they're just like old, or like they just like sort of threw it together, like they're like being modern in every aspect is sort of hard. So like,
Right.
we try to, or as much as possible, to pull in other influences, but we have to like be careful not to like be cheesy also.
Correct.
Because we want to use some electronic vibes and such, but like sometimes I'll like throw down a thing and the guys will be like, yeah, that synth part sounds like it's straight up from like an '80s like porno or something. So don't use that.
Like you don't want to be Attack, and then all of a sudden like you're like I love Attack, but if you go back and listen to some of that shit, you're like, oh guys, what were we doing? What were we doing?
Yeah.
Damn it, that's not,
Well,
whoever wrote that? It's fucking, you're fired. That's horrible. So like you guys are talking about your music then. So like what are you guys trying to do new? Like because I always love bands that like just catch my ear and like I literally caught you guys on fucking Instagram and like heard it and like listened to some and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm messy dudes. Because like I want to bring people on here that I like and I'm fucking trying to endorse music. I'm not just like an interview show to do whatever. Like I genuinely want to bring people good music and people who I think are good musicians. So like what are you guys doing in your music that you think like it makes you stick out? Because everybody can make a cookie cutter fucking metalcore band, I think, anymore. Like if you got a laptop and fucking half skill, you can probably do it. Like so like what are you guys trying to do to like that you feel is making you stand out?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to really answer that definitively because, like, when we write a song, like, we don't always have a goal. Sometimes we do have a goal where, like, this one wants to be more chill. If we're creating an EP or, like, an album, we want to have, like, a variety of things happening. We want our heavier songs, like, our more, like, melodic songs and such. But as far as, like, sticking out, it just comes down to the parts. And we try to ask ourselves, is this part unique enough? Is this modern? Is it taking old influences in a good way or a bad way? Or, like, does it feel right? Does it groove right? More so just making sure everything sounds as good as it possibly can. As far as like sticking out or having like a difference about us, there's not any one specific thing that can be like, that makes us weird or like crazy. Like it's not like we're trying to blend in necessarily, but we want to just have the best balance where like me personally, like I love all kinds of metalcore, but like I don't want to be like old school metalcore. I love deathcore, but I don't want to be just like deathcore. Not to say there aren't bands like mixing the two, but I feel like the way that we blend between the two is really good. I really like enjoy what we're accomplishing with that.
Yeah, and I'd say the one thing that we do that I'm not that other bands don't do it, but I think we do it slightly differently. We do a lot of we have a lot of thought into what is happening in the background of our music, right? So it's not like we'll make riffs and whatnot, and we may like the riff a lot, but we always make sure that there's something going on. There's always something going on in the background, even the most like minute stuff always makes a difference. So we're very detail oriented when it comes to sound effects, synth, anything synth related, anything that will, like I said, there's a lot of sounds that we use that sound like synths, but it's actually guitar with some different pedals and stuff. And we do certain things like that, which again, I know bands, definitely not the first bands to do that, but some of the stuff that we do, I haven't quite heard really, in my opinion, at least not like that. So I would say that our song structures and what we do to blend them in the background of the riffs is something that might help us stand out a little bit.
Yeah, I think that the fuller sound. I think so. What caught me essentially is like how when I come into music, I usually listen for vocals. Okay, can I stand the vocalist first of all? Do I like the vocals? Do I like his tone? Whatever. So that draws me in. Okay, then guitar tone is a big one, and then like I listen for musicianship, drumming, that sort of thing. But then like the kind of ambiance of like the fact that fucking Silent Planet has like crazy shit going on all the time forever, like is like that sort of shit where like it sounds like really just fuller. You know what I'm saying? Like even like if you hear like Knock Loose new album, like there's just always some crazy shit happening, and like it's that sort of stuff where like it sounds a lot fuller, and like even with like the guitar parts just like sound like synth thing. It's like a Darko thing. Like you're saying that you see him and like you're like, oh, is there a synth player? Nah, it's just Josh playing a 7-string upside down being weird. Like that sort of like that sort of stuff. I think it's if you're listening, if you really listen to it, like you start catching, you're like, oh, that's fucking really sick. It really adds to not just like there being a guitar riff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like Whitechapel where you have to have 3 guitar players now. You have one dude, and it just sounds cooler because you can add stuff like that in the background. I think that detail, leads more towards a fuller, better sound and a better experience when you're listening to bands or for albums or songs.
Yep, agree. Absolutely.
We're glad that it passed your test.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that you respect my musical opinion. But so like also I always bring up the fact that like nowadays I think it's really cool that a lot of bands with the platform they have of being bands stuff or whatever are using like lyrics and stuff or whatever on their platform to like talk about things that are very poignant and stuff or whatever. And like I know I've talked to a lot of bands that are like, yeah, like we do music for mental health reasons or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what helps us. Like what you guys have some messages, and you seem like a very well thought out band. So like I assume you probably have some sort of messages or like things you're trying to say with your lyrics or you're putting to the forefront, which I think is a good thing that bands are doing nowadays. You guys do that?
Yeah,
To a degree.
to a degree. I think it's kind of whatever fits the song at the time, more so. But yeah, I'm a pretty positive dude. I definitely know mental health is a huge thing, and a big thing for me, at least playing music and expressing myself. And when I was 18, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, so that was a really painful experience. And I was able to grab a hold of my lifestyle and change my diet and do a bunch of things. And I've been in remission for years, and I don't take any medications, and I just eat healthy, and I got it on lock now. So that's something I definitely want to share with people who are facing other difficulties like that, and something that will inspire them to realize there is hope. You could do a lot of things to change your health, and there's a lot of information out there nowadays. And it just I remember it was like a week after being diagnosed, I was in the studio recording, and like that was just huge for me to be able to just express myself. And I think anybody dealing with anything, that's what music's about, is just getting those emotions out and really putting them on the table.
No, that's awesome. It's Daryl Palumbo from Glassjaw had Crohn's too.
Yeah.
lead singer. So that's pretty cool that, like, you know what I'm saying, like you have that experience, and it's something like slightly out of the norm, but like I think that hope is what is important to people. You know what I'm saying? Giving people like, oh shit, like doesn't matter what it is, like that dude did it, and I admire that dude, so like I think I can do it, that sort of thing. So
Right.
you, man, I'm proud of your mission, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Are you like do you guys write lyrics together, or is it just like, are you the principal songwriter or lyric writer?
So I just joined the band
Okay.
about, what was it, a year?
About a year ago.
About a year at this point. And the newer songs that we've written, I've you know, if it was music they'd worked on prior, and Jacob had already kind of worked vocal parts out, and during their transition I kind of just was the one who was actually tracking it and doing that stuff. I would, maybe add my little flair on it. But I think for Lingering, the concept was already kind of, you know, solidified by the guys before I joined the band. So I kind of, they gave me the freedom to kind of go in and add my flair here and there and be like, I just don't like the way like, this is a
Like,
cool
my
lyric,
shit's not
but
gonna
just
sound
the
good
way you say it, you have to say it in this part. Like, it just didn't vibe with me. So
Yeah.
they've been pretty cool with letting me change that stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that you have the previous very, very often you do not have time to talk to the previous vocalist about his choices and why he made them. So like, it's pretty good, pretty good fucking sounding board to have there.
Yes, and Jacob's awesome. Like, if he's, at least in the last stuff that we've been working on, we've both been working together on it, and
Yeah.
just kind of spitballing back and forth. And it's kind of just, whoever feels that inspiration for that song at that time, at least, with how things have been going so far. But I really enjoy writing lyrics, and if I'm gonna scream it, it's gotta feel right to me,
Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you I had another question and lost it. Shit. It's about the writing process. I don't know. It'll come back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, lyric. Like, what do you? I mean, what are your lyrics about? Or like,
Um,
how did you find each other? That's like, since you were not in the band, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did it end up that you made it to the band? That was what I wanted to know. Yep.
So
Kind of history.
I for the past, like, I think so about the past like 9 years, I was in a band called the Earth Laid Bare from the same area, and we've kind of taken a hiatus and stuff. And these guys, we jammed with these guys. Ooh,
we jammed these guys and they're turning the camera.
yeah, we played several shows with them, and they'd kind of set up in the area the annual Coming to Metal Fest, and they'd asked us to kind of play on that, and I think they let us headline the first year. And I just kept talking to them, and I knew a lot of them, honestly, from playing through the scene for years. The first time I met Steven, I think it was the first time, but it was August Burns Red at Bogart's, and I was kind of tipsy. We were in the circle pit, and I like slipped, straight bailed out because somebody spilled their beer or some shit. And I remember just like getting toppled, and then I'm pretty sure Steven just like found me under a dog pile and just pulled me up. Because I could not move, dude. I'm not a big guy, and I was just getting like completely dog
pummeled.
Yeah, and ever since that, I've always thought Steven was an awesome guy, and I've known John for years, and yeah, they're all just good guys, good people, and it kind of just it worked out. Jacob, the band was going through some transitions, and they'd asked me to come along and just see what happens, and it's been going fucking awesome. So
that's awesome, man. Like, it's always sketchy when bands enter new eras, especially with a singer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big departure from like people being like, oh no, like, just you've seen any band that goes through like Chelsea Grin or fucking Lorna Shore, like everybody's got their opinion on like who's the best at that point. Like, I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point, but like as long as they persevere, I think is good, because it's really hard, especially to change any member is hard, but to change a singer is like, you can see the results more readily than you can with a guitar player unless they change sounds completely or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's pretty cool that you did that. Like with lyrics, like you like just main themes in your lyrics, you just kind of stick to whatever, or just
it's kind of, honestly, like in the past I've done a lot more like esoteric or vague type writing stuff, more like Silent Planet-esque, I guess, or the Crimson Armada. I always loved Crimson Armada's lyrics back in the day, and
I love
always
so,
loved
man.
Silent Planet.
And we lost them. Hopefully they'll be back. They must have lost the laptop must have died or something. So hopefully they'll be back here in a second. I'll pause this real quick so they get back. And well, that was super fun. I forgot every time I hit record or if I unpause it, it plays the intro automatically again. So
That's so good. Mistake on both of our ends then. So
You're good.
I mean, I'm proud of the intro, but you guys didn't have to watch it second time.
Right.
But
So I think, where was I? I was talking about lyrics.
lyrics, esoteric.
So I've always been into more just like thought out poetic lyrics. I've always liked Rush's lyrics.
Listen,
Stuff that was just like really thought provoking and along those lines. But lately, I've kind of just been going for a more, I think like I've been trying to simplify it more and just kind of go with things that people can relate to a little bit more.
right.
Not that everybody doesn't like that stuff, but I think it's important to definitely connect with people. And so lately I've just been not simplifying my lyrics more so, but just kind of
More direct,
making lyrics in a way that could relate to people better, I think.
less metaphor to have to unpack. Like,
Yes. But still I'm trying to find that balance between being really poetic and having those sweet one-liners that are just,
yeah, you gotta have the
fucking
bangers in there.
everyone can relate to, so.
Listen, breakdown college are my favorite fucking thing in the whole world. Like,
Yes.
just, like those sort of things, or like just one good line where you're like, I don't know the rest of the lyrics to that song, but that fucking line is gangster.
Like I fucking feel that, dude. Yeah, like
Absolutely.
that new or the newer "The Plot and You" song. What is it? Forgotten, dude. Oh my god, that fucking vocal break is just every dude understands that shit. He's just like, oh, this is fucking raw. Like,
Listen, I read the rest of the lyrics of that song and I cried, but I was like, boy, that one gets me almost every time. Like that one right there gets me.
Yeah.
Or the fucking fentanyl made me an only child. The fucking
Yeah.
body snatcher one. Like I heard that and I was like, holy shit, we're saying that shit in songs now. That was
Right.
wild, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Because I used to have an addiction problem. I used to be addicted to heroin. I've been sober for 7 years in November. And literally, like, I was like, oh shit, that went so hard. Like, it was crazy. Like, the thought of that was like, oh god. Because,
Yes.
Chris, the drummer's fucking brother did die of heroin overdose.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what that song is about.
I'm working on 11 years myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man.
Yes. Congrats to both you guys.
Yeah, like, it's.
Yeah, Johnny Boy's now in
John's
here.
here. The
Oh, okay,
bassist.
how you doing? Well, fucking shout out
Yeah.
to you, man. Like, it's not the easiest thing to ever have done, but like I'm the best version of myself today because of it. You know what I'm saying? And so like I love seeing people do that. And like when people talk about that thing with music is a big part of what got me through. And so I love when I love now more than ever musicians are like using that as a platform to go, hey, listen, man, like we want this to help people. And we want it to be known. We're talking about that sort of thing. And like that moment when you go like, I think this song's about me, like me. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel that connection. I think it's very important.
Right.
And I think part of like any good band is like you feel like that. You have that connection where you're like, oh shit, like, oh, that makes me feel good. I feel that. I feel this, that sort of thing. So,
Nice.
let's see.
We apologize if you hear the snoring. Our John's dog or the band's dog is just sleeping right now.
Yeah.
Listen,
I just brought him back from the vet. He's on some heavy meds, so
Oh, he's like, I'm wrecked.
These.
Listen, if anything, it's like your guys' music's just added like accoutrements, ambiance to the whole podcast. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's since John's here, like what are some of your influences and stuff, John?
Shoot. I don't know. I guess when I was a kid, I always liked, what was kind of on the radio, like Linkin Park, new metal. That I was really big into all that. Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
and
Biscuit.
yeah. And then and once I got into like middle school, I started kind of getting into like the emo stuff, like Taking Back Sunday, that type of stuff. Then I went to screamo. Then that went to more like As I Lay Dying, It Dies Today, like metalcore type bands.
Yep.
And then from there, I just kind of never looked back from like heavier music. Now I like deathcore, metalcore, uh, mainly those, but I like hardcore and little bits of everything really. Uh, but just to kind of piggyback on what you and Jake were talking about with like as far as like lyrical content,
Mhm.
kind of I guess you could say before Jake came, we kind of I don't know, we kind of like just feel the vibe of the song and then kind of base the lyrics off of that. Like, we want this song to be like pissed off, or we want this song to be a little more like emotionally intense, or you know. And since Jake's joined the band, like we kind of, you know, we don't really tell them exactly what to write about. We're like, hey, this is more of like this type of song, which, when you hear the instrumental, it's pretty, obvious.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
a lot of times we just kind of feel the vibe first, or a lot of times when Jacob was the vocalist, he would kind of have the subject in mind as we were writing the instrumental, so that would kind of influence that as well.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, since Jake's joined, we're still trying different things as far as like trying his ideas, or maybe Jacob has vocal ideas, or we're still uh perfecting our writing with Jake.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's been awesome so far. Really happy with our two singles that we released so far with him, and just the reception they've got.
I don't know.
It's been sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll add too. A lot of stuff that like we'll have a song written, he could have the lyrics for a whole song. When we go to record, was sometimes we come up with something on the spot. We're like, oh, we need something right here, and we come up with something, or like just randomly come up some really hooky, catchy line. Or we were recording a chorus the other day, and before this band, I don't think Jake really had done it as much into like clean vocals before now. I don't know if he did with Earthquake at all.
No, I've just one.
So he's just now doing more clean vocal stuff, and he just randomly threw down this line the other day, and the melody I thought person was like almost perfect. I'm like, wow, like that was just on the spot. Like that's really cool, and that's in one of our newer songs that we're not about to release yet, but soon.
Soon.
A lot of stuff happens on the spot. A lot of stuff happens by mistake too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't mean to do it that way, but that was actually really cool.
Yeah, I've seen bands like where like they'll be doing wording, and because like one word, like the words are similar, but like one word just is easier to say and it's easier to enunciate. Like, and somebody keeps saying that word, and then like, well, let's just change it then, because it means basically the same thing. But like, yeah, I see people mess up a lot like that. And it's like in learning vocals, I go, oh yeah, it's because it's easier to enunciate. It doesn't get caught in my mouth that way. So I just say that word inherently, and it's really hard to like make yourself flip that switch to go, oh, I got to say this word that's actually harder, to get out. And so I usually just go path of least resistance, especially if they're close. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to change the whole songs. So
Yes.
since you have two different vocalists there, like are your guys vocals that are similar, or like are you kind of like you learning new stuff to meet his, or how does that work? Because I don't have a reference per se. Like I've heard the two new songs. I don't have a reference for the old ones at the moment. So
So I guess what is the question again? I'm sorry.
like were you guys' vocal styles similar, or like did you have to kind of like, because that was a big point of like, when you get a new vocalist, you want it to sound like the band's always like, yeah, we want it to sound like our old stuff, but we also have a new vocalist, so we should utilize that. So like,
Yeah, I think we have a very similar sound. I mean, I don't think, you know, anything that he does or I do is outside of the realm of Obsidian Mind, and I think it still encapsulates, the
Stay
sound
home.
that we're all going for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's really cool now. I mean, because Jacob can do stuff and I can do stuff, so we're just playing around with all the different, variations of our voices, of our screams, of our cleans, and and just realizing how dynamic we can make these choruses and make our music just have a lot more variety, I guess. And it's cool having another great vocalist in the band, I guess.
Yeah, no, most bands don't have two great vocalists, so I can. That's a good problem to have. In the vocal nerd me was like, what's your favorite scream? Like, you have a favorite, like, most vocalists like learn one scream, they sound really good one, and they just fall in love with it. Like, what's the one like for you?
Oh shit. Probably like I really like I guess some examples of other people's screams or like my scream, but I really like Throne. That dude's vocals are super nasty. There's just super like they're sharp and it just bites. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
It definitely fits the music a lot.
And then Spencer from Underoath is super awesome. Garrett from Silent Planet. But probably my favorite scream would be that mid to high range, very well enunciated scream that you can understand what they're saying, but it's still got that sharpness and that cut to it. That's probably my favorite scream because you heard like Sam Carter from Architects. Like, I mean, obviously you can add your variants and get more tonal and do a lot of different shit, but kind of like that head voice. I wouldn't call it a fry, but I think it's like a false
hybrid.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid of like head voice, false fry type shit. But that stuff's super cool, and there's some really cool stuff that people like Sam Carter and stuff. Those guys just do some cool shit with their voice, and I just love that. That register.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting answer because most people usually fall to the lows, like, oh my god, I love my lows. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole thing, like, which lows are fun to do. Don't get me wrong. But,
right.
Like, I just recently learned like the whole Alex Terrible like scream like a grizzly bear type thing.
Oh shit! Let me hear.
Oh my god, I've done it all day. Hold on.
Okay. Put him on a spot.
I know, right?
You did. Hold on to me.
I was thinking about it.
You don't have to. I'm totally fucking with you.
No, I'll do it. I love doing this for people. I did a whole video with a little mascot and asked everybody in the audience, like, does this sound like a grizzly bear? Hold on. It's probably gonna suck, but
no, it's not gonna suck. Let's go. Let's go. That sounded good.
Yeah.
So like I learned like the way to like put your tongue against the front of your teeth and like you let the back go up and that little pocket in the back of your tongue when you do like a false chord like that, you let it rattle around in your nasal cavities, and that's what did. I'm lucky enough, like when I do my lows, like my vocal teacher all the time, like, dude, it sounds like you're just sick all the time. You have so much phlegm back there. I'm like, I've worked really hard to get that. Like that sort of phlegmy sound, like it just sounds. He's like, it just sounds so nasty. Like I got that going for me. But yeah, that's like learning to do that was like I was like, it's the funnest thing to make sounds like that. When you're like, dude, check this out.
That's so fucking awesome. That is awesome. I need to honestly like delve into more of that stuff. I really like beyond that scream. I'd say like Aaron Matt's lows. His lows are just super sweet. I just love just kind of how tough. They're kind of tough guy gutturals. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain them. They're awesome.
They are like Aaron Matz is like, especially his new stuff. That whole new album they released is just like, oh my god, like it goes hard.
It does.
Yeah, like, so what are the big plans? Like, any big plans for the future other than you got like the end of the year? Like, what are you guys doing the end of this year? And then like your plans for next year?
So right now, like we mentioned earlier, we're in the middle of deciding whether we want to do an EP or a full length. Then that'll determine how many singles we release the rest of the year. We got a few shows coming up. I believe October 11th, we're playing down in Louisville. Actually, December of this year, I think December 12th or something, we're actually playing for or with Rivers of Nile or Nihil, however you want to pronounce it, a death metal band. Nile. I always say Nile, but I'm not sure.
I might have just talked to them recently. I might have sent them an email for the podcast. That's funny.
Yeah, dude, they're sick. When I first heard of them, I won't get off subject. I can go on about that band, but that's what we have planned for the rest of the year. I believe we have one more show up in Dayton as well. It'll be the first time we played up there since our first show back in 2021 with Miss May I. So that's
love those guys, dude. Jared, shout out Jared Boyd.
Yeah,
He's
they're
super
all
humble.
sick. Ryan Nath, he's such a sweetheart. He was featured on one of our songs off our first EP. And he's always just been a huge help and, just very supportive. Um, but that's what we got planned for the rest of the year. As far as next year, I think it just depends on how we manage to schedule out and get these singles, release some new music, and try to make more connections and grow our audience.
Yeah, we're hoping the new music opens new doors, obviously. But the one in October, it's like a regional metal expo type thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be with What Lies Below,
Oh, they're cool.
Exit Wounds, and Soft Spoken are like the headliners.
Mhm.
They're Soft Spoken's from our area. I think What Lies Below is from like Pennsylvania
I
or
think they're
something
from
like
Michigan
that.
or something like that.
It's like a good mix of like regional, more up and up type bands. But yeah, that and the River Show we're really stoked about. That one's actually in Lexington at this place called Manchester Hall. I saw Chelsea Grin and Carnifex there. Like, I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. They were with Left to Suffer and Of Sulfur.
Yeah.
And
That's a
dude,
banger of a tour, dude. Like,
dude,
that's
the
four
sound
amazing
at the place was just like ripping. Like, so I'm super excited to play at that
Yeah,
place.
I haven't been so stoked for a show in a long time. Especially a new venue. We haven't played Lexington yet, so especially that venue. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
It's a great place. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's a nice place.
Yeah,
Like going to new venues is fun, but then like once you find the good ones and you go back and like you get to see them, like I was lucky enough to travel the country and you see these crazy venues. You're like, oh my god! Like
Yeah.
if you ever get on tour and you go to Milwaukee, I hope you play at the Rave. Like the Rave in Milwaukee is the craziest venue. It's got like a haunted fucking swimming pool underneath of it, and like
Fuck yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts, and that place gives me the creeps. It's like right across the street from Jeffrey Dahmer's fucking apartment. It's fucking wild.
Heck yeah.
It's
man.
wild, bro. Yeah, it's a wild place.
Wave. Okay.
We'll have to come a day early so we can look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those things. Like when you go on tour, like you're like when we went to like last time we were in Albuquerque, everybody wanted to go do the Breaking Bad thing, so we went to all the house, took pictures, and like just like stupid shit like that you could do on tour. I think it's really fun. So like I suggest doing it for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Milwaukee.
If you guys ever get up to Columbus, like I'm just right north of Columbus, so like you guys come up this way or anything you need anything, let me know for sure. I'll be good.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like our plans, like we don't have a lot hard, like specifically planned, but we're trying to branch out and tour. I mean, not necessarily like DIY tour, but we're trying to find either regional acts or anyone that we can tour with and like get something going. We need to get around. We need to get out there as much as possible. So yeah,
That's
Columbus. We would love to play in Columbus. That's for sure.
There's a lightweight banging thing going on back in Columbus. Like it was hot for a minute, and then everybody got signed, and then it cleared out. But it's coming back, man.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, if there's any artists in Columbus, if you have any artists in Columbus that we should hit up, let us know. We're always down for show trades and such.
Yeah,
we do our metal fest every year. That brings a bunch of people. So like,
oh yeah, for sure. Like that's how there's a bunch of bands too from like Cleveland that I interviewed. There was like Fathom and fucking Left Unsaid and like just a couple other bands up there. So yeah, I'll see if I'll get you guys some information, get you guys put together.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Fucking what else? I don't think it's probably like that's it. Unless you guys have anything else to add. Oh, do you have a time frame for like when you might release the new music? Just so people keep an eye out.
Oh.
Mirage, we gotta do a video for it. So
Ooh, love a video.
it's not like super intense the video, but
Say a month or two.
Yeah, within a month.
Yeah.
I hope within a month would be really cool.
Definitely before the end.
It's doable within a month.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Music videos are fun, man. People don't understand how much fun they're to kind of do. Like I was lucky enough to be in a few. Just the other day with everybody that works at Kurt's Designs here. Like, I just sent everybody a group chat. And it was the Crimson Armada video. Forgive Me.
Oh yeah.
Did you see it at the party?
Yeah,
I haven't.
I've seen it. That's
Yeah.
an old one.
Yeah, so I sent it to everybody. I said, "Let's play the game. How many times do we see Tony in this video? Go." Like, so like I was getting screenshots of them being like, "Is this you?" It was me. So I was like, "Yeah, I've watched that video a few times. It's fun."
I'm
like,
going back and watching that video, bro. Yeah, it's been so long. It's been so long
I
since
look
I've seen that.
Genuinely just the same. So,
Okay.
but it's fun. Like, just watching that video is like, oh, dude, it's so fun. Like, because it was like everybody was like, we went to the City Lights house in fucking Aussie, who's now in fucking Beartooth's house. I mean, went to his house and fucking the Crimson Armada. recorded in the living room. We moved all the furniture out in the fucking lawn and we recorded it. And we did that shit in the living room. And then we went out back and they had like brought in a goat for the end scenes and shit. Like we're all drunk, passed out in the yard. Fucking.
Yes.
We also were all very drunk, almost passed out in the yard at that point.
Hell yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's a picture. There's like there's a clip of like Brandon, the guitar player, and he's chugging this thing. And Jack Daniels. Somebody's like, "It wasn't real whiskey." I was like, "Oh, it was," because I drank that bottle right after that, so I know for a fact. It
Yes.
was. Like,
Yes.
I got drunk like twice that day. Like got drunk, went ate Wendy's, came back, sobered up, got drunk again. It was ridiculous.
Man.
Good times. So,
Gotta fight
yeah,
the
man.
hangover somehow.
Huh?
You got to fight that midday hangover somehow.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, sometimes you just gotta power through. Like that's what like, now I think about touring, and I'm like, oh god, I would die now. Like fucking
Yeah.
Jesus,
Oh.
man. Like, gone. Yeah, I'm too old. I can't be gone 9 months out of the year anymore. Fucking more, man. Jesus, it's a
Yeah.
lot doing that, man.
It is a
It's
lot.
it's still fun. Like seeing the country. I hope it goes. You know, like I'd love to hear about you guys going forward. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, you know, we'll get you in touch with some people here around here, and you know, fucking see what I can do. Put you guys together, some people, man. Love to see people, especially in Ohio, fucking grow. Even if you don't come Ohio.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Tony.
Let's go.
OH.
I said, fuck yeah, Tony.
Hey, I shit. Yeah. So, anything else? You guys, where can they find you guys? Actually, I need your socials and everything. I mean,
We got
main ones or whatever.
we got Instagram at Obsidian Mind. I think there might be a dot in between. Am I right?
No, it's just Obsidian.
Just Obsidian
One word.
Mind. Straight Facebook as well. Jacob runs our Twitter account, TikTok. I believe it's like this is the same score. We all have individual personal accounts as well. Usually Obsidian.Steve or something.
Oh, original,
Yeah,
sir.
very
Oh,
original. Very original.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Easy to remember that one.
obsidianmind.shop. We got some merch on there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We have a website.
And it also has the links to everything else on there too.
nice. Well,
That's
you know,
just to go.
shameless plug here, but I do own like a clothing company and do designs. So I mean, if you need a guy,
Oh, no,
Okay.
we always need a guy, man. We always need a guy for something.
Hey, you got any designs sitting around? Definitely fucking shoot them our way.
I have a bunch. After the show, I'll send you guys over some and like whatever. I got a whole clothing line full of stuff we're doing. So,
Really?
but yeah, I can. So yeah, go check them out. And I always end the show the same way. And it's funny, you guys from Ohio, and somebody said OH because every show I always end the show with if somebody yells out OH, especially during college football season. You yell back IO, and then just be nice to fucking people. Go meet friends like this that you have fun with, talk about good music, and do fun things with, man. Be nice to people. All right. Have a first day. See you later.
See you,
Yeah,
man.
brother.
Take it easy.
See you. Appreciate it.